I've made a terrible mistake. I took my laptop to my university lecture the other day and thought to myself, could I be playing Bloodborne right now? And so, the idea of this challenge came to life. No controller, no mouse, just a laptop trackpad and a lot of pain to go with it. As of me recording this, Bloodborne on PC still has some issues, but I'm just gonna stick with the default character. I'm not even gonna bother changing the gender. A random guy who definitely looks like he gives out free candy in dark alleyways starts talking to me about a blood transfusion. Normally, I'd have some questions about this, but since I already chose to play Bloodborne with a trackpad, it's clear that I make nothing but terrible decisions. So I just let him continue. Waking up in Josefka's clinic, I immediately test the trackpad controls and find out that trying to move the camera is like having to perform brain surgery with chopsticks. Now you might think that you can just lock onto enemies, so the camera shouldn't be an issue, but our most important actions are completely dependent on the trackpad. That of course being attacking and parrying. And we all know that trackpads are about as reliable as patches. Also, Bloodborne was never meant to be played with a keyboard, so that doesn't particularly help either, especially when I have to remember which keys do what, since the button prompts are all for a controller. I attempt my very first fight and unsurprisingly die immediately. The Hunter's Dream is a place of respite, where it does not matter if the trackpad isn't on my side. I can take as long as I want to turn my camera, and that is a freedom I can seldom afford otherwise. I get my hands on some weapons, ready to teach that werewolf who the real protagonist is. He tries to apologize for his actions earlier, but it's too late for forgiveness. I do not take kindly to being attacked while I'm defenseless, and I intend to make that clear now. Safe to say, the werewolf will not be bothering anyone again. I try to parry a random villager, and it works. Maybe this won't be as bad as I thought? Since I have no sympathy, I walk up to the other two villagers around here that were just peacefully taking a nap on the floor and kill them. By that, I mean that the trackpad decides to give the second one some time to take revenge for his friend that I just murdered, as it does not register my first attack, so I just stand there menacingly, letting him take a swing at me. I climb a ladder and hear a screech that will totally not be important later. Alright, we made it to the first lamp. This is fine, I've adapted. I'm one with the trackpad. It is time to cleanse the streets of Yharnam. I'm ready to pick out my next victim. After, I finally managed to turn around with the low camera sensitivity of the trackpad. Oh, he's bringing friends? This is a party I wasn't invited to? I open up a gate and take a quick glance at a big guy patrolling in a corner. Yeah, that's not happening. I try and sneak up behind an angry villager, while he's just standing there contemplating his life choices, something I've become quite familiar with. Except, I forgot my keybind for walking slow. Oh, well, that's certainly not it. I toss my aspirations to become a rogue aside and face him head on like a real hunter. Sometimes I enjoy running into people, Like, I feel like if I run at them, they will reconsider attacking me. It's a form of a peaceful protest. Oh, thank God, trackpad, finally. I hope I have something growing out of my ass. Okay, we need to approach this tactically. There is a massive mob surrounding a burning beast, ranging anywhere from English citizens with pitchforks to the Americans with their guns. First, we take care of the dog. Befriending it doesn't work, so the only logical alternative is unloading my whole mag into it. Then, we can start thinning out the crowd. There is also a sniper that needs to be taken care of. Once everyone is dead, we can approach the idiot that keeps on banging on the doors even though there is literally a path leading inside like 10 meters away. After a little bit of exploring, I take her right up an elevator. Wait, my character's face is melting? The temperature in Yarnum is surpassing 40 degrees right now and he just can't handle it? At last, I can open the gate leading back to the lamp and take a quick breather in the hunter's dream to do some makeup and fix up my melting face. Since I'm already here, I might just as well have a little chat with German.
Even the dog, should it please you.
German, what the actual fuck is wrong with you? No, I'm out of here. The little girl somehow gives me a music box through a barred up window. Probably better not to question it and just accept that this is completely normal. I make it up to the bridge, where I see two werewolves guarding the path ahead. I plan to run head straight into them, ready to fight, until I remember that I'm playing with a trackpad, so that is probably not a good idea. I contemplate my options. Maybe if I can trigger just one of them and fight each of them alone, I can get through this. Or maybe, just maybe, it might be wise to run. Nah, fuck it, I ain't no coward. Right, so it might not have been a good idea to rely on the rally system to get health back when the trackpad won't let me hit the enemy. Oh my god, I have a cape! The hunter's dream is making my character's dream come true? He's literally Batman? I see a man on a wheelchair and immediately slaughter him when I remember what German said to me earlier. I'm afraid I can no longer trust men in wheelchairs. After this little incident, it's time to confront the cleric beast. Normally I would fight the cleric beast without locking on, but with the difficulty of controlling the camera properly with the trackpad, this is not an option. I notice that the trackpad seems to have some issues registering clicks when I'm trying to turn at the same time, and the more frantic a fight gets, the worse my control over the trackpad's actions gets. I think the non-stop screams of the cleric beast are applying some debuffs to the trackpad, making it go insane. With the trackpad refusing to register some of my inputs, I quickly figure out that using transform attacks is the play here, as I have that bound to the shift key. I still need the first attack to go through though. I manage to open up the cleric beast for a visceral attack, and what does the trackpad decide I do next? I stand there, staring at my enemy, giving out the same energy as a villain that explains their whole plan to the hero, which takes just enough time for the hero to free themselves. Wait, does this mean that the cleric beast is the main character? That can't be right. Am I just another NPC? After I get over my existential crisis, I attack anytime the trackpad is happy to do so. Spoiler alert, I think the trackpad is depressed, because I end up just standing there passively aggressively more than actually swinging my weapon. The real kicker is that this fight took me over 4 minutes, which is more than double of what it will usually take. I make my way to a graveyard, where I encounter someone that seems to be killing beasts. Oh my god, it's another hunter! Hello friend, maybe we could team up? He shoots at me. Message received, loud and clear. I try to parry, but the trackpad still wants to be friendly and refuses to let me shoot. Like, excuse me? Listen, I get it. He's the father of the little girl. We can't just come in guns blazing. We need to find a better solution. But that doesn't mean we should just let him kill us like this. You got it, trackpad? I'm going fucking crazy. A quick trip to the sewers should fix it. I think this is the game giving me a sign to turn it off. Can you beat Bloodborne using a trackpad? I don't doubt it. Should you? No.